Alrighty, so we're here in Kalbarri, Western Australia with fired cookware and FIReNACE grill, and tonight we're going to cook a beautiful fresh barbecued lobster pasta with some fresh lobsters that we caught today. So we've got the little grill hot, our little fired cookware. So what we're going to do is first we're just going to get on all of this onto the grill, and we're going to hear a little bit of sizzle. We're going to see a little bit of smoke happening. So we've just lightly steamed this in water for a little bit just to kind of set it slightly. And now we're just going to kind of put it on the grill because we just want to get it a little bit smoky, get a little bit more kind of flavour into it. So we're just going to cook it a little bit more. Okay, so this has been grilling, barbecuing beautifully now. So we're just going to pick that up. And we're going to take that off, put it onto here. So that's nice and hot. We're going to get on our beautiful Ironclad Co pan. We're going to put that right over the fire and we're going to get that nice and hot. Could I have like...
What is that?
Okay, so we've got our pasta here that we've just cooked for about 8 or 9 minutes in the water. We've got some chopped green olives in there, and then now we're going to make our pasta sauce, okay? So first we're going to get a little bit of olive oil in here. So we're going to get a little bit of olive oil. It's in our beautiful little cast iron pan from Ironclad Co. Thanks guys. I'm just going to move that around a little bit. Okay, so first we get a tiny bit more in there, but you can see that's nice and hot on our beautiful little FIReNACE grill. So we're going to throw in, actually we're going to throw in our garlic first. We're going to get our garlic in there first. So there we go, we'll get our garlic in. We're going to kind of move that around. Now also while we have our garlic in, just to bring out a little bit more flavour in it, we're going to get some sea salt out of our beautiful little abalone shell. I can see it needs a bit more oil, so we're going to give it a little generous drink. Okay, we're already smelling some great flavours here. And I can see we're getting a little bit of colour. I'm going to put our onion in. Okay, there we go. So the Ironclad Co pans are the perfect companion with our fired cookware and our little FIReNACE grills. So our onion's sweating off really nicely here. We're getting ready for our sauce for our pasta. The next little element we're going to get in here, we've got some beautiful silver saltbush that we've picked from the beach down at Red Bluff here in Kalbarri. So think of it almost like a kind of salty, almost sort of thyme and sage, but you know, it grows in among the sand in the beach. So just going to put a little bit of flavour, a little bit of extra salt in the dish. And just move that around a little bit. So this is instead of using thyme or something like that. You can already smell some lovely flavours coming out of there. So this is actually going to be quite a fast sauce that we're going to make for our lobster pasta. Not a you know, really long cooked sauce. So it's going to be a little bit more fresh and vibrant to go with the flavours of what we're doing today. So next we got some beautiful fresh crushed cans of tomatoes. I'm going to throw them in. Another one in. Give that a good little mix and stir around. Beautiful little kind of stirring and mixing spoon here that we just got from Bali, handmade. So we're going to give that a lovely, nice little mix. Now we have another couple of fun elements to put in here. We have a little bit of fresh cut red chili. Now I also always like to put this in towards the end so it's a little bit more kind of fresh. So we're going to get that chili in there now, because it's not going to cook too much longer. So a little bit of chili, and we're saving that big chunk of butter for right at the end. So as you can see, we've got a good bit of heat here coming from our little furnace grill and our beautiful Ironclad Co pan. So this is not going to take too long at all. So basically with this, we already got beautiful crushed tomatoes, and everything else we want a little bit more fresh and vibrant. So I'm not going to cook it too long. It's going to be more of a fresh sauce, so you get that kind of fresh tomato flavors. Okay, mixing that around really nicely. We can see we're getting a little bit of bubbles, a little bit of heat in there. I'm just going to let it go a little bit longer. Okay, let that cook out a little bit, and then we have a tea towel here, perfect. Okay, cool. Alright, so now that's been bubbling and boiling away for about, I'd say, not even a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And it's already, you can see it's kind of, if we just flatten it off, you'll see it'll start bubbling and boiling. You can see that. So it's got some great heat into it. So next, we're going to throw in our lobster, followed with some beautiful capers as well. So we're going to save these 3 little beautiful tails for right at the end. That's to garnish on top. So we have all of our beautiful lobster meat that we got fresh this morning from Kalbarri at about, I'd say, probably about 8:30 in the morning. So we're going to get all of that in there. This back. Now once again, I'm just going to mix this in really lovely. Tomato sauce from all the angles of the pan, so it kind of incorporates with the lobster really well. And we're making our beautiful rich sauce that's going to kind of drown all of our pasta over here. Okay, so you can see that's mixing in really nice. So next little element, we've only got a couple little things to go here. So we've got some beautiful fresh capers. So we're just going to kind of scatter them in. Adds a little bit more salt and a little bit of a kind of sour vibe for us. And once again, you can see how fast that's coming back up. The heat is really coming through here really nice. Now we're just going to kind of richen this sauce a little bit more, make it a little bit more naughtier than it already is. So we'll get a big kind of knob and chunk of butter in there, so that's just going to go boom, straight in. Okay, that's just going to lightly fatten and richen up our sauce. So you can see this pasta we're gonna feed, well, we could easily feed about 4 or 5 tonight, but it's just for us 3 tonight. But you can see everything fits beautifully in this Ironclad pan, so you can fit quite a lot in it. So it's a great pan, and it complements really well with our beautiful wooden bowl here as well. So we're gonna mix that nicely. I'm gonna throw a little bit of crack of fresh pepper in there. Okay, so we're nearly there. So the last little thing, just got a beautiful little bit of chopped parsley, and also with some of the chopped parsley stems, because the stems are just as delicious. So we're going to get that in there, and just going to give it a little mix through, and then we're going to lightly season it, and then we're going to take it off, and we're good to go. So I'm going to give that little mix around, mix that parsley in, just to bring out the flavors and kind of marinate it in there. So every angle, I'm just trying to mix it really well so the heat is evenly distributed. And we can see that the butter's melted. Look at that, the butter's nearly completely melted, and it's just kind of gone everywhere in that sauce. So one last little bit of salt to finish. And you can see we've got a lovely rolling sort of boil on there. So now I'm just going to throw those there, just warm them up for a second. So I'm going to grab my tea towel as we get ready. That's just nice and lovely, just warmed in the sauce a little bit. Those lovely little pieces, we're going to put them back so we can kind of garnish our beautiful pasta afterwards. Take them off. Now we are ready to go. So here we have our beautiful freshly caught barbecued Western rock lobster pasta with tomato, with onion, garlic, chili, capers, and we've got some beautiful butter, a little bit of fresh chili in there as well. So I'm just going to pour this really nicely into here. Okay. There we go. Now I'm just going to throw these back in there, warm them again before I put them on top. And now we've got our beautiful pasta. I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of a mix. A little bit of a mix around. Get a little bit more of that sauce on top of there. Okay. Alright. So, I'll take off these last little pieces. And there we have it, our beautiful bowl of freshly caught and barbecued Western rock lobster pasta with tomato, capers, garlic, onion, chili, and a little bit of silver salt bush from the beach. Enjoy. We're going to dig in there, get him some more fun things. Oh, here's a little piece of extra lobster to go on top. We'll dig under that. Look at that. Stop it. Okay.